Good morning. Monday here at the City Fam offices, grinding as usual, and wanted to make a vlog and give everyone an update on all the things that are going on in the world of City Fam and home. So thanks for watching. Just wanted to take a moment and let some people jump on. But I want to do this every week. This is going to be something that we're starting every Monday called Membership Monday. So throughout the month of June, we are running a membership campaign to get into our home. For those of you that don't know, you may have to go back and watch some videos. I've been talking about home a long time, but home is going to be a coffee shop bar, but not a bar like any other bar in the world. It's going to be a place of community and a place for people to kind of connect authentically and become the best version of themselves in a social setting. So I like to think that we're going to make becoming the best version of yourself as enjoyable as possible, because for me, when I started making better decisions on the way to becoming the best version of myself, life got very boring. So I realized that that was a major problem that needed to be fixed, and we believe that home is going to be the solution to that, and it's going to make major changes in Baltimore and beyond. So for the month of June, we are running a campaign to get into our home, and this is what it entails. Before I give you all an update on what that entails, I just want to tell you what the plan is, and before I tell you exactly where we're at. So we have to get 300 members for the month of June in order to get into home on July 1st. At that point that happens, we're going to move our offices here from the ETC, the Emergent Technology Center, over to home. City Fam offices will then be in home. We will start renovation, and then August 1st we'll open in phases. So August 1st, what's up, Jeremy Updike? We will, Kenny Durr, what's up, buddy? How's it going, Dan Mosley? Starting July 1st, we'll start renovations, and then August 1st, our goal will be to open the coffee shop. So we'll open the cafe aspect of it. Will be open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., and then we'll start working on the rest of the place. Phase 2, we'll open the vape shop, the vape lounge, and the bar, and then in October, our goal is to have the whole building open, the upstairs with the live music, everything operating on all cylinders. So that's the plan. So 300 members by July 1st, we move our offices there, and then we begin renovations. The key to opening home really is all of you. The owner of the building, it's a $3.1 million building, has been gracious enough to give us a path to get in the building, and the path is memberships. So like I said, we are signing up 300 members between now and July 1st in order to get there. And we say, you know, this makes sure that we never lose our home. I don't know if anyone out there watching has ever lost a home before. I have. I lost 2 actually when the market crashed, and it's not a good feeling. So we want to make sure that we never lose our home. So we really, we know this will ensure us that doesn't happen. So right now, what we're in the process of doing here at City Fam is what's going to ultimately happen is we're going to take we have about 65 contributing members of City Fam. These are people that pay anywhere from $10, $20, $40 a month, and they get extra perks. They get into our events for free. They get swag like this sweatshirt I'm wearing. And we've just came up with different perks for them because we were trying to generate revenue because we were stuck in the same place for so long. So we're going to take those memberships of City Fam and we're going to transition them into home memberships. So if you count those 65 members and then all the members that we got at our town hall meeting, and then we did another vision, a smaller vision meeting afterward, and the people that we've gotten online, we're probably about halfway there. We'll probably have about 150 members of home. So we're just in the process of talking to lawyers and figuring out all the legalities, because all this stuff is, you know, way above my experience level and knowledge, really. So we're just in the process of navigating all that, but that's where we're at. We're probably about halfway there. It's exciting. We really just kind of got started. Some dates that I want to give you to keep in mind is we're going to be doing another vision meeting on June 13th there at home, where we're going to be having dessert and coffee and just telling people more about the vision and then how they can be part of it if they'd like to like to be part of it. And then we're going to have another big meeting on June 22nd where we'll be providing dinner. There'll be, drawings and 3D renderings and speakers and live music, and everything is free. But of course, there'll be a way for people to get involved if they want to become, part of it. So, home is going to be a game changer. You guys have heard me say that before, probably. It really is. I mean, I don't expect everyone to see what I see because they haven't walked the path that I have the last 18 years, but I see it so clearly, and I know why people get stuck in ruts and how hard it is to come out of, and home is going to fix a lot of those issues. People are still going to have to do the work, but they're going to be able to find a place that they can go and become a better version of themselves gradually, even, I don't know if you've ever been you've ever had any kind of addiction, but when you're, addicted to something, whatever it is, sex, alcohol, drugs, you're not thinking about going to treatment. You're not thinking about going to church or any of those things. You're just thinking about fun, you're thinking about feeding that thing. And not to say that everybody that comes there is going to be an addict, because I don't think that, but I do honestly believe that it's going to be a hospital for the broken, because I know the places that broken people go to, and a lot of them go to bars and go to places to numb the pain. And hey, we're going to have all that. We're going to have a section of the place that has liquor, and we're going to have beer and wine upstairs, and we're even going to have alcohol alternatives for the people that are sober, because we want to, we don't want to wait for people to hit bottom and then have to go to a 12-step or go to church when everything, the wheels fall off the wagon and they get into crisis mode, because that's what normally happens. That's when people go looking for help. It doesn't have to be that way. Like, life is actually very enjoyable when you get plugged into healthy community and you start giving back. But people kind of have to be inspired to get to that place, and they have to find a group of people that are headed in that direction. I don't know if I've said this analogy before on Facebook, but I've used it. I was like, think about if you were in America in the 1700s and you knew you had to cross the country. You knew you had to go from New York to California. Like, you wouldn't try to make that journey alone, right? Like, you would say, hey, I'm going to wait for a wagon train to come along, because when a wagon train comes, it's going to be a little safer and it's going to be a lot more enjoyable if I go with some other people. That's kind of what City Fam and now Home is going to provide for people, is like, hey, look, we're going in this direction too. Jump on, and that's really it. So those are the dates. I would love for you guys. I put the link on this Facebook Live. So the vision meeting is June 13th is the next one. We'll have some nice desserts and some coffee from Nicaragua. So for those of you who don't know, we do an international relief trip every year to Central America. So we're going to have some really good Nicaraguan coffee that we'll have brewed there for everybody to try. And then we're going to share the vision. And again, there'll be opportunities to get plugged in. And then June 22nd, we'll have a full dinner kind of a vision meeting. Similar to the town hall meeting that we did the other night. And then last but not least, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm going to include it now. June 24th, this is very exciting. So one of our leaders had the idea of doing a Facebook Live telethon. So for any of y'all that have seen a telethon on TV with the people in the background picking up phones and they have all the different, interviews and special programming, we're going to do that. We're going to do it on Facebook Live on June 24th. So we're going to have 3 hours from 6 to 9 on June 24th. This is Sunday night. We're going to be there at home, and we're going to have, programming. We're going to have people giving testimonials. We're going to have local, celebrities come in, and we're going to talk about the vision, and we're going to show videos, and we're going to have people call in and say, hey, look, I believe in this. This is good. This is going to be good for Baltimore. And honestly, it's even going to be good for beyond Baltimore, because what we firmly believe is once we get the first one built, then everybody believes. Already our belief level right now is through the roof. Like, more resources are coming, more leaders, more money, is starting to come in, because people are starting to see it. Once it gets built, it's game over, because at that point it's very real. So now we start putting City Fams in other places, which I have an exciting announcement I'll tell you about in a second. Then those people come here and they see it. And it's basically a model home. I mean, think about it. Have you ever gone to a new development and they always have a model home set up with the furniture in it, and it's always really nice furniture, and you walk in and you're like, wow, this house is amazing, I want one. That's what's going to happen when people come here from other cities. They're going to look around and go, this place is amazing, I want one. And we're going to say, great, now you go back to Lexington, Kentucky, or Savannah, Georgia, or Indianapolis, Indiana, or whatever, and you do the work, because it's just going to be a lot of work, and it's a great thing for their city because it produces lots of volunteer hours and lots of changed lives in that city, which you're already seeing in Baltimore. So this is the process. It's very duplicatable. We believe that home is going to be the first of many, and I need all of you guys to help us do it because we can't do it alone. So you can click the link if you want to learn more. You can check out the website. You can see what a day in the life of home is going to be. You can watch some videos that I made where we're talking more about it, explaining what it is. And then you can sign up to be one of our first 300 charter members. It's $25 a month. It's not a lot of money, but we need as many people, everyone pitching in, giving a little something if this thing is going to come to pass. In my mind, it's already done. God told me this place was going to exist 16 years ago, and I never forgot it. So I now just need to kind of show up and do the work, and it's already a done deal. So I already know that that's going to happen. So anyway, moving on. That's what's going on with home. We're about halfway there. Still need to get probably at least another 150 members between now and July 1st in order to start the renovation. So coming off a big Renegade, we had Renegade. Hey, Christina, how are you, Pamela? Marianne, what's up? Had a Renegade at Riverwatch on Friday. It was probably our best one of the year. Probably somewhere around 80 to 100 people came out, just hanging out on the water, playing cornhole. Just a really good group, really good vibe. Committee members are stepping up. We have so many selfless leaders sacrificing to see this vision come to pass right now that it just amazes me. So shout out to all of you. You all are my heroes. You really are making this dream work. So that was a fun event where we raised some money for the Special Olympics this Saturday. So I'll answer that question in a second, Mike. Unfortunately, the sign up is closed for the Special Olympics. I think we have probably around 80 people or so, probably around 70 people volunteering that day. So I'm looking forward to it this Saturday. It's going to be an awesome time. If you missed it, no worries. We do it every month. We do a Renegade every month, and then we do a big service project every month, so that you can just be on the lookout for the next one if you missed this one. But here's something exciting. So we are launching a new chapter, City Fam. We have some people in the Arundel Mills area that are interested in starting a new City Fam. So we're going to be launching City Fam in Arundel County. Our first event is Friday, June 29th, and it'll be at the Dave & Buster's at Arundel Mills Mall. We're going to be raising money for a local charity called Sarah's House, and then we'll be volunteering with them later the following month. So I'm going to go out there. I'm just going to hang out. I'm excited because honestly, it just gives me more stuff to do. It gives me more things to put on my social calendar, which makes sure that I don't get bored, because again, if you're someone like me, boredom is a killer. It's your biggest enemy, because when I get bored, I get depressed. And when I get depressed, I'm prone to act out. So I don't want to get bored. I want to keep myself active, volunteering, socializing with good people. It's got to be with good people. Remember that. And that's why we call our events Fun Without Regret. So anyway, June 29th, Arundel Mills, new City Fam chapter launching. Definitely be on the lookout for that. Very exciting. We'll probably share some of the stuff on the Baltimore pages too. A bunch of people from Baltimore are going to go there and support them, and it's just going to be a good time. So I'm looking forward to that. What else is going on? Dare Theory's coming up June 16th. That's one of our big events. So if you guys are looking for something fun to do, that's the following weekend after Special Olympics. Big urban scavenger hunt, people running around acting a fool for a few hours in Fells Point. We have teams that have formed. I know several people are looking for teams, so if you're one of those people out there looking for a team, you haven't been able to find one, post something on the City Fam Baltimore page, or even inbox me and I'll help you find a team, because I know there's some people looking. But that's going to be a great time. And then what else? I guess that's really about it. On a personal note, I'm good. I was here early this morning. As usual, I was here about 7, a little bit before that, I think, working on the book. It's coming along. Really, my goal with that is still spring, but just still needs some editing, and just it's hard. I can't wait for it to be over, to be honest. I'm really trying to keep my eyes on the prize and remembering the long-term benefits that I believe that it's going to have for CityFam. I'll share a story with you, actually, which is so the strategy really in writing the book is, obviously I'm very passionate about the subject of waiting to have sex, because have living at both ends of the spectrum. I've really seen the effects of both in my life. So I'm passionate about it when I talk about it, but I really wrote the book because I thought, I have something to say in this area, but I know that when you're an author of a book, it opens doors. So I've already gotten a lot of podcasts and lined up with the people from different parts of the country. And I had a girl reach out to me a couple weeks ago, and she heard the I Am Kudzi. It's called Love in Limbo Land is the name of the podcast, and it was one I did in LA. It was over the phone. I did it. I think it was like a YouTube hangout or something, and it was in LA. The guy's based in LA, and she lived in Hanover, Pennsylvania. She was raised in Baltimore, but she heard the podcast, and she reached out to me. She's like, "Look, I heard you on this podcast," and she's like, "I came across CityFam," and she's like, "I love it." She's like, "I love this. I want to be part of it." So she came down to the Vision meeting last Wednesday, and then she came to Renegade on Friday, and now she's joining the home kind of leadership team to help us reach these goals. So it's exciting because it's exactly what we kind of strategize for, because it's already starting to work. 'Cause my thought is the culture at CityFam is very unique. If you're not part of it, maybe you understand that, maybe you don't. Maybe you need to come to an event to see it for yourself. But it's different. It's different than anything else that's out there. Like when I say we're doing something that's never been done before, I'm not joking. I'm not lying. This is something that's not ever been done. So it's this very unique culture, and there's people like her, like Jen, like myself, like others in CityFam, that it fills a void for, that they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm not the only one, right? Because that's kind of how you feel. Like I was very franchised or alienated or whatever you want to call it. I just felt like all alone for a long time when I was on this path, and now I don't feel that way. And I know there's other people out there that are going through that, and we are gonna gather them if necessary, one by one, from all over, and we're gonna create something really special together. So anyway, I thought that was a cool story that I wanted to share. Again, just grinding, working really hard, trying to keep that balance. I actually, Memorial Day weekend, I got really depressed. There was a couple days there where I kind of fell into depression because a lot of my friends went away, and I stayed to work on the book, and I didn't go out of town. And then I got lonely and I got depressed, and it was hard. And it's such a delicate balance when you're grinding like this, when you're pursuing a dream, because I'm expending so much energy or just emotion, even like working 12 to 15 hours every day. I've been single a long time. I haven't had sex in a long time, and sometimes you just want to have somebody run their fingers through your hair and tell you everything's going to be okay. And I haven't had that. And it's just, it's made me stronger. And, even the financial aspect, I just haven't had finances in a long time, really. It's always kind of right at that level where I'm just making it, and that wears on you. But I do believe that the breakthrough is coming, and home, and, I'm seeing it with CityFam. All that delayed gratification for the last several years is now starting to pay off. And, I'm excited, obviously, about CityFam Anne Arundel County. Excited about all the changes that Baltimore's making, excited about what's going to happen at home very shortly. So for any one of you that are out there watching, can't talk, for any of you that are out there watching, if you're in the grind, keep going, keep hustling, don't quit. The Bible says, whether you believe that's true or not, it says, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we don't give up. So don't give up, don't quit. A lot of people do when it gets to this point, don't quit. It's coming, I promise. All right, talk to you later. See ya.